Welcome to Tackle Fanatics TV. In this episode of TFTV, Fox's Lewis Porter reviews their brilliant FX lowrider Barrow.
I'm now going to talk you through a brand new Barrow concept from Fox called the FX Lowrider. You'll see straight away that it looks slightly different to the normal wheelbarrow that you'd find in your local tackle shop. This design difference has been made with a purpose, to make a barrow that performs much better than anything currently out there. This isn't a barrow that's been made for fun, this is a barrow with a purpose. It's in three parts. First of all, you've got your handlebar section. You'll notice straight away this unique swan neck curve and angle on the handlebar section. This is because when you're pushing the barrow, it allows you to keep a straight wrist rather than having to bend your wrist like you would do with a conventional wheelbarrow. And by having the straight wrist, you will be able to push the barrow against tough, wet, soggy ground far easier than you would do normally. There's a nice bracing bar here between the two handlebars, which effectively makes the two handlebars one. This prevents individual handles wobbling during the barrow motion, which again makes it far easier and reduces the risk of the barrow tipping over. Moving on, got the main chassis of the barrow, which has this large front bar for putting your bivvy and your rods on once the barrow is loaded. Then we have a detachable wheel section, which can be removed when you pack the barrow down and put it in your car. The barrow also comes supplied with two 16-litre black Fox buckets and two universal Barrow straps. We'll talk about the Barrow straps when we load the barrow. You might be wondering, why on earth is there two buckets supplied with a barrow? And the answer is very simple. It's all about weight distribution. In this bucket, I've got my spod mix for the session ahead. Plenty of spod mix here for the next 24 hours, 48 hours. I reckon there's probably a good 15 kilo of party blend in there. And in my second bucket, I've got my water bottle and 3 or 4 kilos of my chosen boilie for the session. So in total, I'm looking at probably the best part of 20 kilograms of weight that I've distributed either side of the front wheel. Normally with a traditional barrow, you're hanging your buckets off the handles of your barrow at completely the wrong end, as far away from the wheel as you can get. It makes the barrow far more unstable and makes it far harder to push. So by designing the lowrider in such a way to have these platforms to position the two supplied buckets, you're getting a real good bulk of weight around the wheel. It then creates this flat platform here for the Barrow Bag to go on top of. Again, the Barrow Bag, it has so much weight in it. Your leads, your hook baits for the session, weighing scales, tackle box, PVA, pretty much all your essentials are in your Barrow Bag, and that then sits on top of here, again, putting that weight distributed evenly around the wheel, the main focus point for where you want your weight, not this end on your handles. So let's get the barrow loaded, and I'll show you that it sits a lot lower than a traditional wheelbarrow, hence the name, the lowrider. First thing I'll do is I put my bed chair onto the barrow. This is the new flat lighter, and it sits nicely with the bar here either side of my buckets. It gives me a flat platform to build upon with the rest of my tackle. Then take my Barrow Bag, which as you can see slots nicely on top of my buckets and the bracket above the wheel. Tackle box on the front pouch sticks out the front here nicely, and again the weight is evenly distributed around that wheel, exactly where I want it. I don't want all the weight up this end by my handles. FX combo and hooking mat goes on top of the bed chair, again helping me create a flat base on which to load the rest of my gear. Guest chair's always handy, there's always people popping in and out for a cup of tea during a 48-hour session. Super brolly, on she goes. Finally, my rod holdall. Got 3 rods, spod and a marker in here. Everything I'm going to need for my 48 hours ahead. Landing nets in there as well. And that's everything I need for the next 48-hour session. Baits all in there, tackle, bed chair, rods, bivvy, mat, guest chair, everything I need. And as you can see, it's still sitting very, very low to the ground, giving me a much lower centre of gravity. I'd say on a traditional barrow, you'd probably be looking at this minimum of extra height with a fully loaded barrow, which again increases the chance of that wobble when you're going over uneven ground. With this, the lowrider makes it far lower. As I said earlier, comes supplied with 2 universal Barrow straps as well. Now, these just make things a lot easier for you in terms of making sure that things don't fall off the barrel when you're barrowing over uneven ground. With that vibration as you're going over humps and bumps, your brolly might slowly fall off over time. So we just drop the clip on the hole on the chassis that's supplied, we bring it over, clip on this one, and very easily to just tighten these straps down and secure it at the top. The second one, again, we just clip her in, we can just bring her around once again, just increase the length of the strap a bit. We just clip this in again, give it a nice pull, and everything is nicely secured. It's not going anywhere, even going over the humpiest, bumpiest of ground. I'm going to get my gear there in one piece with as little effort as humanly possible. As you can see now, I've lifted the barrow up. I'm keeping my arms completely straight. If you were carrying a few bags of shopping from the supermarket back to your car, you wouldn't walk with them with your arms up here, putting loads of undue pressure on your shoulders and on your elbows and on your wrist. You carry them with a straight arm. And that's the same principle with this low rider. The unique handlebar positioning allows me to push with a straight wrist, as we spoke about earlier. And look how easy it is. This is a fully loaded barrow, and I'm pushing the weight rather than trying to lift the weight, because that weight is concentrated over the wheel. I've got straight wrists, I'm pushing, it's very, very easy, and I'm not feeling any stress or strain as I'm trying to make my way to the swim. This low rider really does make getting your gear to the swim so much easier than a conventional barrow.
Many thanks for tuning in to check out the FX Lowrider Barrow from Fox. Tackle Fanatics stock a huge range of barrows to suit all budgets and needs. We also are a full Fox stockist, and our selection is often at the best prices in the UK. If you've seen a Fox product somewhere cheaper, give us a call on 0208 949 3307 and we will do our best to beat, if not match, any price around. Tight lines and wet nets from everybody at TFTV.